Wait, let me play it back one more time.
I already know where you're getting at. Yeah.
So welcome back, everybody, to the Deposit That podcast. Got a friend of mine, Lamar McKnight. Welcome to the show, QB.
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So I figured Jay-Z coming out saying they call shots.
I call audibles. That's what we do.
That's like the message, the mission of the show right here, you know? So
that's what we do.
Let's get into who you are, where you come from, your background. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Obviously, my name is Lamar McKnight from Jersey City, New Jersey, the heart of Jersey City.
The real Jersey.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, the New Jersey City is a little different these days. I still like that part, but I'm from the gutter, you know, up that hill, up Grand Avenue.
Well, there's Jersey City, and then there's the new BK, I called it. The next BK, the new
next
BK.
Manhattan, basically.
Right,
so, like, my part of Jersey City is the part where all the bullshit happens. You know, the stuff that they try to hide. Still, it's actually not too far away from where that big shooting was not too long ago. You know, it's the gutter. It's where you don't want to be if you're not from there. But
will my white ass get killed if I go there?
You'll probably look like a nut.
If I'm with you, am I right or no?
No, if you're with me, you're good. But then again, if you're with me,
you're a rat too.
Yeah, they might think I'm a snitch. Like, yo, what the fuck you doing over here with him? But for the most part, yeah, that's where I'm from. It's definitely been the root of my current success today. It's allowed me,
hands down,
to not be a statistic. I probably lost on average 65-70% of my friends since high school. To those streets. And I went to Lincoln High School, which is in the heart of Jersey City right there by Crown's Chicken. Don't know if you ever had Crown's Chicken.
I was in the Bronx, man. Jersey ain't much different from the Bronx, you know?
No, it's not, but believe it or not, man, it's one of a kind. It's one of a kind. I've been to Colorado. I've been to Tennessee. I've been to California. I've been to Mississippi. I've been to North Carolina. Jersey City is by far different.
It's got its own pulse.
Yeah, it's like, all right, you're black, but you're Jersey City black. And it's like you're white, but you're Jersey City white. So it's different. It's different. It has its own culture. But it's allowed me to become who I am today. As I mentioned, it's allowed me to be the person that people put on a pedestal. You know, it's not too much success that comes from out that area. Usually when people get news time or TV time or newspaper time, it's for the wrong reasons. Compared to me, anytime I got on the news, TV or newspaper, it was for the right reasons, such as football, me going to college, me being a leader, just setting an example for everybody else that's there. But yeah, man, that's where I'm from. I take really, really, really high pride in being from there, just because I know what's there. There's so much talent there, and it's very rare that people like me can actually get out and do something with themselves.
What needs to be implemented to get more of you? Meaning, other than you going in there and physically pulling people out, what needs to be instilled into that community? Where you keep the outsiders from coming in and ruining it, which is true, right? It is call it the white folk. Right? I call it the greedy motherfuckers because it's real though. It's real.
Man.
It's everybody. It's everybody.
Yeah,
so they say the most in real estate in general. I'm gonna get in real estate a little bit. In real estate in general, people get fucked up by their own people that are giving the deals to the outsiders.
Yeah, and that's
where the problem is.
That's what it is, because it's like, here you have me, right? I work with quarterbacks, which is the pride, you know, the very
best position in all sports.
The best position in all sports. So I work with different people from different backgrounds, people who are way more fortunate than what I come from. So you see why people like me, who have an opportunity to get out and make a change for themselves, you see why they ignore the hood. It's because it's like, well, shit, you know, if I can have this, just, you know, if I can avoid going to the hood just to have this, I'll do it. And my way, I'm like, no, I want that.
Go through
and I'm gonna let you know where I'm from, where I come from, and why I come from this area. So I'm not one of those people to where once I get on, I forget where I come from. Once I get on, you're gonna know, yo, he came from there. He lived in that house that my mom probably had 9, 10, 11 people in that house at a time.
Something to be proud of.
Yeah, that's something to be proud of, man. I don't back talk that. It's just who I am. It's made me who I am. I couldn't see my life being any other way. You know, if I was raised with, you know, the silver fork.
You wouldn't be who you were. No,
that's why. I've met a lot of people like that. A lot of people can't go against the grain. Meaning, I'm a person who, bro, I can sit down and have $1 million talk with you, and I can also sit down and fucking set somebody up to go rob them if I wanted to. So it's like
it's a very valuable and dangerous thing for people.
I'm really diverse.
That's
it's like
worlds.
Not to say that that's what I do, but
if you had to, you had to.
If I had to, I had to. And it's hard for me. I come from nothing. My mom, I honestly can't remember the last time my mom had an actual job. I think it was at Family Dollar.
Serious.
And she got laid off some health reasons, and now she's a full-time foster parent of about 12 to 15 years. So she's been doing that for the last 12 to 15 years, and that's been her bread and butter. So I come from nothing.
Nothing wrong with that either.
Nothing, and I know what it feels like to not have nothing, and I know what it feels like to have everything. I've been Division I quarterback. I've been the starter. I've been the person signing the autographs, and I've also been the person that's been overlooked because I was less fortunate. So I kind of have best of both worlds, and it allows me. It puts me such in a different category.
I forget the name of this freaking movie show. You ever see Precious? You know, the big black lady?
Yeah.
Precious, right?
Yeah.
So it was 2008 or 9. I think it was 2008. It was 2008, and I just got into the mortgage business, and I'm sitting, my suit and tie in a Remax real estate. I was in the Bronx, right? And this guy's like, hey, this lady's coming over. I'm like, all right. So 30 minutes later, this big lady comes up the stairs. She looked like Precious. I come to find that, right? Dog, she was a professional foster care parent. She was making like 10 G's a month. Bro. 10 G's a month. Bro. She had like 5 or 6 kids. She was pulling them all up, wound up getting her ass mortgage just on foster care income.
And you want to know what's crazy? You have people who know that. Like, there's probably somebody's going to listen to that fact that you just said, and they're going to consider going into foster care.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Because of that.
Right.
But
not for the money, though.
And in my opinion, like, that's where you go wrong. Right. Because, okay, you're making $10,000 a month, but you're also dealing with 2 or 3 kids who don't know their damn parents. Or 2 or 3 kids
emotional
who come
issues.
from... Yeah, so, like, it's a lot that play into it, man. That's why, like, over the years, as I get older, I credit my mom so much for it because...
You got brothers and sisters?
Oh, bro. My dad was a Rolling Stone, by the way. I'm the second oldest of 11 total. Wow. 11 total.
Yeah, a whole football team.
Literally, a whole football team. And this is something that I'm not ashamed to say. I have still yet to develop a relationship with that side of my family. I actually just saw my little brothers for the first time about 2 years ago.
Nothing wrong with that.
I was walking into a sports gambling place, going to place a bet, and my dad saw me outside. And when I walked outside of the gambling place, yeah, I know my dad for sure. That's a crazy story, by the way. I can actually get into that if you want. But I was walking outside the gambling spot, and 2 little boys walked up to me, and they're like, oh, what's up, big bro? And I'm like, what? Like, big bro. Like, usually when people call me bro, that's because they're my brothers, you know what I mean?
And
like,
you know them.
We take that serious, where I'm from. And they like, yeah.
People just throw that word around these days.
That's serious. Like, bro, like, nah, bro, you're not my bro. Like, nah. But
you
when
don't
they
know me
said
like
it,
that.
yeah, and then when they said it, like, it surprised me. I'm like, and then I looked to the left, and I looked deep in, and I'm like, you're my little brother? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, no fucking way.
Is this in Jersey
and then
City?
the other one walks up. Yeah, and then my other little brother walks up, because I guess he was scared, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he walks up, and then my dad walks up. He's like, these your little brothers. I want you to meet your little brothers. And they were already 7, 8 years old.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it's tough. And, it kind of falls back to the whole dad situation. I actually was, I'm going to say it. I was denied.
I'm going to open your ass up.
Yeah, do it. That's fine. That was fine.
Full blitz, man.
That's
fucking
fine.
Zero
That's fine.
coverage. Let's go.
I can handle cover zero. I can get out the situation. I was actually denied until I was about 12 or 13 years old, which is crazy, bro, because if I showed you a picture of my brother, we look like fucking twins. Serious? First of all, we're only 11 months apart. Wow. We're not even a full year apart. You know what I mean?
You're only 9 months, though, so you're good. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Yeah, my mom was definitely a little ready. But yeah, we're 11 months apart, and my dad's side of the family always took me in as theirs. But my dad didn't actually accept me as his son until I was about 12 or 13 years old. Always accepted my brother. The family always accepted me, but my actual dad never accepted me as his son until I was about 12, 13 years old. Went through a whole DNA test, went through all of that, but I'm named Lamar. I'm named after the person who raised me, Lamar. So I'm one of those guys. Oh yeah, he's still around. I'm one of those guys who have 5, 6, 7 different grandparents just because of that. So it's lucky, it's lucky for that. But I was denied. Yeah, and most people don't have none these days. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I was lucky to be accepted by the other family. What happened was my dad, Lamar, was actually around my mom around the time when my dad decided to do whatever he decided to do. Yep. You know, I don't know what they had going on back in the day.
You don't know.
Yeah, and I don't judge. I don't know what him and my mom went through, but
you weren't there.
I was raised by them, which is a great family. My uncle on that side actually ended up being my trainer throughout my whole football career, so it worked out really well. But I was denied until about 12 or 13. Once I was accepted, once it was clear that I was my father's son, bro, if I show you a picture of my dad, you're gonna be like, how the hell did this guy deny you? But he did. I never beat him up about it. Never kind of got upset at him about it.
It's probably what fueled you, though, right?
It's what fueled me. And my mom did a tremendous job of raising us. It was 4 of us in the house, 3 boys, 1 girl before she became a foster parent. Crazy story. My little sister's dad, who was the closest to my actual father, was murdered when I was about 11 or 12. He got shot in the chest and his neck in Jersey City over some bullshit. I think it was like some drug problems. I don't know what he was into. But he passed away, and that was like the closest thing to my actual father. And that was my sister's dad. He passed when she was 2 years old. So after that, my mom got married again to a guy, Joe, who stepped in. And
still around?
Still then, yeah, who stepped in and became a father figure in my life. So, and again, one of those guys who was blessed with 1,000 different grandparents, 1,000 different, you know what I mean, like siblings. So I was blessed in a way, and then it all turned around to me being an athlete, which allowed me to then have different father figures as coaches. So I'm not one of those guys who was like, oh, my dad wasn't around. My mom had to do it.
Victim feeling sorry for yourself.
My mom never let us feel sorry about it. And my mom also never didn't let me go see my dad.
Right.
Like, she was never like, oh, your dad ain't shit. She was like, look, if you don't like your dad, you don't like your dad. If you love your dad, you love your dad. Go do your thing. My mom was strong enough to raise 4 kids to let us know, like, look, don't even depend on me to raise you guys. You guys are your own people. Grow up to be the man you're going to be. And it works out because I'm still cool. Bro, I haven't received $1 from my biological dad till this day. I'm going on 28 in 2 weeks. My dad hasn't even put $1 in my pocket.
Maybe they'll give you an envelope. You never know.
Bro, just that there's been times when I don't speak to my dad on my birthday. Yep. Even now till this day.
Does it hurt though? Truthfully.
And now that I'm older, it hurts because my biological dad thinks he gotta give me materialistic things like to buy time, and I'm like, yo, I'm doing really good for myself. I just want you to be there. Like, you're my dad.
My father.
When I call you, because you know he has his problem. He's been in and out of jail his entire life. So, and again, I don't know what my mom and my dad went through back in the day. Right. So I'm not about to sit here and put him through hell. You know? 9 times out of 10, knowing the person she is, she broke his balls. Yeah. Knowing the person she is,
people
she definitely
overlook that though.
Yeah.
If you didn't break my balls, I wouldn't have done what I did. You know?
Yeah, my mom definitely probably broke. Or she probably was like, look, you want to go be around and fuck around, then bye. I'll raise my kids. So it worked out, man, and it definitely affects me in a way because as an athlete. Again, goes back to me training. I deal with guys who have these people in their life. You know what I mean? And you see the difference that it makes when somebody has and when somebody doesn't. Because I got clients who don't have their parents in their life who struggles. And then I got clients who have their parents in their life, and those guys are the cream of the crop. So it's like it's easier for you to adapt to a society when you have that internal loving. Because now when you don't have your parents, and this is when it's all good. It's all good. You know, when me being from the hood, people look at a typical person from the hood and they go, "Oh, he ain't shit," or "He's a bum," or "He's a drug dealer," "He kills people." Well, 99% of these people don't have the people back home that's gonna support them.
No support.
And if they have people back home that's supporting them, they're gonna look for something to return. So it's tough, man. Like, to me, when people look at the hood and down talk it. You know what I mean? It offends me because I'm like, you don't even know what the fuck is going on there.
You know what I always said, though, and this is the truth. So I don't know my story. So I grew up in Branchburg and Somerville aligned.
Yeah.
So Branchburg was all white, right? But Somerville was predominantly sports all black, right? So you had white kids from Branchburg, only football. We didn't have a football team. We would have to go and play Pop Warner. So I thought my uncle was coaching my cousin at like 5, 6 and flag, whatever they started. And I was a year behind, and I was rocked with them. So like they brought me. So I was 4 years old, 5 years old, playing flag football
with the guys
in Somerville, right?
Yeah.
So I never saw color. I know it sounds like stupid.
No, bro, it doesn't.
I'm like, but I'm 4 years old. Like, these are my friends, you know? Like, I might be the white kid from Branchburg. That boy might be fast, but I don't be fast like him, you know? Or like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I never saw that. But what I also always say, and I get knocked for this all the time. And look, you know me, I don't really care. Like, I don't care. This is my words, my experience. Right? We all have our own.
Yes, sir.
White people will lie to your face. The majority is always an exception to the rule. They'll pretend they'll like you. They'll call you bro, right? Most of the black community, they'd be like, yo, I don't fucking like you. Don't fuck with me. You ain't my fucking bro. Don't call me bro. You know?
Absolutely.
It's like white people are lying and deceiving you, whereas the black community in general and the masses,
no, absolutely,
you're at least knowing what you're dealing with for the most part.
Absolutely. And then you still get the people who aren't black, you know, the whites who understands that. You know what I mean? Like you're a guy who understands. Like I feel like you're like me. Like I don't see color, bro. I see human
people. I see people.
So like if I'm even if I'm talking to a less fortunate, I don't like to use the term bum. If I see a less fortunate guy on the street, I'm gonna talk to him. You know, I'm a teacher. I work in an elementary school now. I've been to high school for 2 years prior, but even the way I treat people throughout the building, like it's like I don't give a fuck about your title, bro.
At all.
Like, I don't care how much money you're bringing in because I know when you go home and you lay in your bed, just like the rest of us, we all go through our own shit. So it's like, I want to get people to move, to kind of gravitate towards that approach. Like, don't see color, see human. And then, like, it bothers me because
the world tells us otherwise.
And social media makes you believe that shit. And it's like, it's in my opinion, and in a way, it's like we do it. We as blacks, and I say we because we're together, we do it to ourselves sometimes when we categorize ourselves and we say, oh, look at this smart black girl who just got a law degree from Harvard. And I'm like, no, look at this young woman who just got a law degree from Harvard. Right. Like, I don't care about
are you adding adjectives that are relevant?
Like black, white, Asian, purple.
Congratulations,
I don't give a shit.
lady. Whatever you
Or it's like, oh yeah, a black dad taking care of his kids. No, that's a dad who's a father to his kids that's taking care of his kids. So the quicker we can get to stop categorizing, the better, the quicker we'll get to actually being where we want to be, man. Because I saw it's crazy that we're talking about this now. I saw it this morning and it was like, oh, look at look at these 5 black men decided to go to Harvard and get their degree. Like, bro, I just seen 5 young men, black, white, purple, pink. I don't give a hell what their color is, bro. Let's stop doing it. And the quicker we can do that, the better.
Well, they do the same thing with women, too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Oh, my God. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
No, it's just a CEO. I get it. But here's how I look at it, right? I'm always the underdog guy, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm the guy that, look, if you're playing in the national championship and someone's getting 15.5 points, I'm taking the underdog.
No,
you know
absolutely.
What I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I always root for the underdogs.
Absolutely.
I've always been the underdog. I've always been undersized. I've always been a step, slower.
You have to prove you. You have to prove yourself.
Always. But I make up for it with toughness and heart, right?
And it's crazy, man.
I've been the underdog.
Yes. There's nothing wrong with that.
So I feel like, it's 2020, and a friend made a good point. He's like, look, he's like the Bill Belichick era, right? We'll go back to football.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's over, but that runs over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll still make
Absolutely.
moves.
Absolutely.
He'll still coach. He'll still be relevant.
Brady, too. It's over.
It's relevant, but we're in a different world now. We're in the Andy Reid era, right? So, look, he struggled for all those years, never won. But now that 2020 came, look, we lost Kobe. Mm-hmm. That shit hit me hard.
We just lost Pop Smoke this morning.
I saw he got shot, 20 years old. Fucked up.
Crazy.
But I feel like all these things are happening to create awareness and really make us appreciate the things that we overlook. I didn't realize the impact Kobe had on me until he died.
Bro,
I took him for granted.
It felt like I feel like the world just hit the pause button.
I took it for granted.
Yes, man.
Because we grew up. So I was like 10 years old when he got drafted, right? Yeah, 96. So I was 10. I remember buying his basketball cards. Watching his games. I remember his battles.
Man,
I remember him winning all the championships, all the Shaq
trying to rap.
I remember when he blew his Achilles out. I remember his last game. I remember when he scored 81 points. I was a freshman in college.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I remember all these things, but I was like, damn. I'm like, yeah, I've watched YouTube Mamba Mentality, but I didn't realize instinctively what I gravitated towards or why I gravitated towards him until he wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's a young man, but everyone's glorifying him, which he deserved.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he got taken from us. Doesn't matter anything he's accomplished.
Man,
he's gone.
Got taken from us. 41 years old. He was in the NBA for how long? 20 years. That's half of his fucking life. I've lived more of my life than Kobe lived his life.
Correct.
Kobe spent the first 20 years of it, the second half of his life in the NBA in the spotlight. And obviously, we know you're held to a triple standard. You can't do much. So when you retire, you just start to get in that way. And even when you do retire, it's like you're Kobe Bryant, bro. You can't do much. So it's just sad to see people like him go. I'm only about to be 28 years old, and it's sad to see, to know that 12 years from now, 12 years ahead, I'm Kobe Bryant, and I could possibly be dead. So it's like,
or sooner,
or shit, I can go on a damn path train, and my path decides to derail.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's like, it puts so much into perspective, and the more that it happens, it makes me cherish relationships like the one we have. I was just thinking on my way here.
We have a newer relationship.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, how the fuck? I don't even know, how the fuck I think I came across you.
Instagram.
I came across your page. Yeah. First of all, your name jumped out, the mortgage quarterback. I'm like, all right, who the fuck is this? Like, who the fuck is this guy?
Who's got the balls to do that?
No, for real. And then, I went on your post. Yeah. You talk a lot of shit.
Good shit. I back it up.
Yeah, no, definitely good shit. You're blunt, you're open, and it's like, who the hell is this guy? So, people like you are the kind of people I want to spend a lot of my time moving forward with, just building, because the pointless relationships, kind of keeping people around, letting them linger. Like, there's somebody for them that's going to accept that. Like me, I want to make sure everything's meaningful. If we have a partnership, whatever the hell we doing, I want you to know I got your back, you got my back. If we're in trouble, if I'm in trouble, I can reach out to you for help, vice versa. So it's like,
unconditional.
Let's start developing those relationships with each other or just human beings. Like, man, like today, perfect example. I had text somebody like, hey, how do you do this commute every day to New York City? And she laughed and she was like, oh, that's an easy commute. And then you realize that the different people that's on the train in the path, and it's like, damn, that person's going through something, that person's going through something.
Oh, damage.
So it's like,
my God, it's bad.
if I bump that person by mistake and they lose their shit,
it's stabbing you.
I was in the wrong. So why should I overreact that they're upset? That probably has shit to do with me.
Have you taken the path before or no?
I take the path all the time, but I only come across this damn tunnel if it's for a reason.
But you didn't realize how easy it was getting here.
No, it's definitely easy, man. It's definitely easy. But the people you see, it's just like, damn,
open your eyes up.
You never know, man. You never know. Like somebody, like say for instance, I walked in here, you just lost your shit. I guarantee you, it had nothing to do with me.
None.
That's just some shit you got going on with yourself. And what people got to realize, like, it's not about you all the time.
Never.
I was dating a girl, and I tell her like, look. Just because I'm upset doesn't mean you're being a bad girlfriend. You're not being a bad girlfriend. I'm just stressed out. My fucking quarterback threw a post route to cover 3 safety, and he shouldn't have did
just
it, and I'm stressed out.
Or whatever. Got a ticket, doesn't matter.
We got to understand each other, man. We got to feel for each other. We got to start being more compassionate for each other, because if not, we're going to develop a world of hateful people. And Tupac said it a while ago. The next 2 generations is in fucking trouble. And look at Tupac died in 97, and we didn't change it.
We got worse.
Got worse.
It's funny. So again, I feel as if now that it's 2020, so like I always keep my eyes. If you notice, I make predictions, right? And I'm usually 3 years early, right? Yeah. I see trends before they even I'm the kickoff return guy. That's like, yo, I know we said go left. I'm gonna have to go right. You know what I'm saying?
Because that flow is too heavy over there.
I see that lane opening. But I see it I see it when I catch the ball on the goal line and people are still at 20. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I see it way before.
Yes.
You just have to let things play out.
Let it go. Let it play out, man.
So I feel like the underdogs, and I say underdogs respectfully, in 2020 is the black community and women, right?
Absolutely.
And you know what's funny, right? I feel like the people that have always been suppressed or kept down, and I'm not black, I'm not a woman. I can promise you I'll never be both, right? I don't
know, bro. This world.
Look, I'm working on a sick tan, right?
Okay.
But other than that, that's as good as I'm gonna get, right? Again, they keep people suppressed for a reason because they're threats.
Yes.
Blacks and women have been suppressed because they've been threats to the higher power.
It's crazy.
That's a fact.
It's crazy you say that, man. It's like you're in my fucking hair right now.
I am.
Because
I told you I'm gonna open your ass up.
For real. Me and my homies, my circle, really small. And I actually brought it to their attention the other day. Not the other day, probably like a year ago. And I was like, look, you ever wonder why the NFL don't let women in, or you ever wonder why the NFL don't really like too many black quarterbacks? It's because,
or why 31 of the owners are white.
It's like when they do,
it's over.
It's over. And in my opinion,
when I say it's over for the better. It's over for them.
But like we're so dangerous, and trust me, again, I see human, but whenever I do speak to a minority, you could be Hispanic, I don't give a hell what you are.
Purple.
You could be a minority. I'll let people know, look, man, if you just show these people how serious you are, if you show these people how disciplined you are, how intelligent you are, you're fucking dangerous. Like, you're a dangerous person when your back was against the wall and you had to come out on top. So it's like, could you imagine a person that's always lived their life just full of like ups and ups and ups and ups and ups, always been at the top. But the moment they get to that midpoint or start lowering, they shit the bed.
Immediately.
But
never face adversity.
But you get a person like
resilient.
Whoever, like a resilient person who started from the bottom, was down, had an up moment, but they still was living in the bottom. But now they're able to climb that ladder because, one, they know what it's like to be down there, and they know how to get the hell out of situations. So, and I like to actually translate that into my quarterback training. I do the same exact thing. It's like, look, you're going to make a throw. You're going to make a great throw. We're throwers. We're quarterbacks. But when are you going to make that throw? When are you going to fuck up? meaning you're going to have a fucked up moment in the game. But is it going to be in the first quarter, or is it going to be fourth quarter, fourth to one with 3 seconds left on the clock? When are you going to make that fuck up, and how you're going to prevail? How are you going to get yourself out of this situation? Because I know a lot of NFL guys, man, and they want guys who literally know how to get out of trouble, out of fucked up situations. So you can't be a person who expect everything to be all good all the time. You know what I mean? I think the advantage is the person like me. Believe it or not, bro, I'm up against. First of all, the quarterback training world has blown the fuck up in the last 2 years.
Everyone's a quarterback trainer.
Everyone's
a mortgage guy. Everyone's a realtor.
Yeah, I saw that the other day, so I laughed. I was like, damn, somebody jacked his name.
Oh, my God. You're a mortgage quarterback?
Bro,
let's talk about that real quick. Yeah.
That's funny.
Keep on your point.
But it's funny because, like, you got guys who, and this is why I like to kind of pride myself, because you got guys who had NFL backgrounds. I never played snap in the NFL. I was retired a month before my senior season started. Too many head injuries. I never got a chance to actually play pro. I definitely would have been on somebody's roster if I wouldn't have got disqualified. But
you had a bigger purpose than that.
Bigger purpose. I was disqualified, became a coach right away over at Union City High School. And then like a year after I became a coach, I had 2 really disciplined quarterbacks, Harrison Fernandez and Alain Diaz, who were my first 2 guys. And these guys were so receptive to my training from a guy who haven't reached the professional level, and that kind of gave me the edge to kind of start Lamar McKnight Quarterback Academy. So it's like I didn't have this professional background that everybody else have. So it's like when you see a guy just out of nowhere start fucking training quarterbacks, NFL quarterbacks, it's like, damn, I wonder how he got those guys. And then you go back and do your research. He was a goddamn the intern for the San Francisco 49ers 10 years ago. So it's like most of these guys have these professional backgrounds.
For the Niners.
Exactly. They got these all professional backgrounds.
It's like, buddy, you did film.
So they can get it. No, for real.
Really?
But believe it or not, just that alone is putting these guys in a different level, man. But then you got a guy like me. I got to fight. I got to scrap. I got to network. I got to make my own relationships. I don't have shit given to me. So everything that I've accomplished as far as the brand, as far as my brand, I've got that shit out the mud. And what I mean by the mud is I've reached out. I had to sell myself to these parents. I did everything on my own. You ain't got no, Lamar was the internship for Pat Mahomes at Texas Tech. I don't got that shit. Lamar McKnight was at little old Adams State University. Just had got disqualified. Graduated with a sport management degree. I wanted to be an agent, a sports agent, and I gave a shit. So I was able to climb, to where I'm at today, and I'm still up against some really high competition. But even those guys know, like, yo, who the fuck is this Lamar McKnight kid? Like, why is he relevant?
It's funny, right?
We don't got a background like we do.
All these people open up, as you know, companies, and they have all these marketing campaigns and big ad budgets, all this bullshit, right? Mm-hmm. And I haven't done it yet. I need to wait for a couple lawsuits to settle, right? that I'm going to win. Mm-hmm. But I always want to get a shirt made that said self-funded, which is fucking powerful, right? And it's basically like this, right? I never fucking paid for anything relation to business. Yeah. Meaning everything I did, I fucking did on my own. Yes. Have I borrowed money from people for deals? Absolutely. 100%. Absolutely. That's how deals get done, right? There's only so much money you have on your own. Absolutely. But everything that I've built, no money spent, 100% organic. Man. Bro, self-funded.
I like that idea.
Because look, here's what it boils down to. Like, wait, hold on. And I can go out there tomorrow, and raise $2 million to put behind a platform, a bank, do all that. Literally tomorrow if I wanted to, right? Yeah. But wait, now you got people that got me by the balls because they basically bought me. Yeah. No one's buying me.
And that's how people look at it, man.
And they're like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm like, wait. I fuck around with people here in Manhattan that run funds, right? All they are, I swear to God, dog, rich people's kids that their parents funded them. They gave them money to start a hedge fund.
Mommy, daddy money.
I'm like,
that's what we call it.
Yo, my dad's got money. This is a fact. Like, there's no, you can go look at all the stuff he's done very well. So he turned himself from drug dealer into very successful business person, right? On his own. Yes. But he never gave me that. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the difference between people that he made me fight for everything, but he did it for he did it to teach me life lessons.
As he should,
respectfully.
As he should.
But with that being said,
as he should,
like nobody can come and take from me, so they can't take from you what you've built, what I've built, because I'm the product. Like you're the product.
And that's true, bro. That's actually true as hell, man. It's like I want to go and coach at the next level. It'll be ideal for me.
Coach at the next level, really?
Not train. It'll be ideal for me to coach, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm heavily in the loop as like I'm like one phone call away or like one fire from a university away from somebody call and say, hey, come work with, come take over the quarterback job. But
you'd want that.
I think I do. just because of the football guy in me.
They got to play politics.
Exactly. But the business side and the brand side of me,
Money's not there.
The money is not there. One, it's like the relationship.
Well, it's cutthroat. I mean,
it's cutthroat because one, it's like, here I am. I built this relationship. Man, I got invited to my client's sister's Sweet 16 last spring. And that moment there told me, like, bro, you're in the right fucking field. Like, this is not you being the quarterback coach for the Giants and getting invited to the White House because you won a Super Bowl. This is you being this kid quarterback trainer for the last 2 years and building a relationship. And the family they trusted me enough to say, hey, you want to come to my daughter's Sweet 16.
You didn't hit on the girl, did you?
No.
You know what I'm saying? You're probably 16. They're probably looking at you like a piece of meat, man. No, like, who is this guy?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Damn, well, Jeff, you're wild. Definitely not.
Oh, you're fucking handsome ass in front of 16-year-old girls, man. You were like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's a little that's a little aggressive, man. I definitely didn't do that. I looked at it more as like I was really appreciative of the fact that I was able to sit in an environment with my client and their parents that wasn't on a football field.
Like, made an impact on the kid's
life.
An
impact, man. I met his uncle, I met his aunt, met his godfather, and it was all love. So it's like,
white family.
Yeah, definitely Italian. It's actually the kid named Mike. He's going to Purdue. He's committed to the University of Purdue. He's really good. He's number 3 quarterback in the country in his class. But his family, man, they're so organic. They're so real. And he's not the only one. I have 10 to 20s of different clients who trust me and, oh, hey, come over for a beer. Come over, let's eat. You know, my husband is making steaks on the grill. And it's awesome. But again, this is all something that I built. Like, it's like again, if it's easy for them to invite me over to their house if I'm the offensive coordinator for the Patriots. But I'm LMQA. I'm Lamar McKnight Quarterback Academy. So for them to invite me is saying, like, dog, like, we trust you. We believe in you. So that makes me feel good, man. And I don't want to kind of be bought out. And my version of bought out is saying, like, a university
now we own you,
calling me and be like, hey, yeah, come coach. And I'm like, damn, now I got cuffs on me. Can't build a relationship. Can't talk to kids.
That's why I left banking. Literally, that's why I walked. And you see my post. That's why I walked away, because I would make a post that's true, that impacts consumers, and I'm getting calls from higher up. Yo, why would you tell people that? I'm like, wait, it's the truth. What do you mean? Why? Because your ass is hiding behind. Wait, I'm making you how many hundreds of thousands, maybe $1 million a year?
Yeah.
You don't worry about what I do. And you don't owe me. I work on commission. You never cut me a salary.
They don't.
You want to put me on salary for $1 million?
They don't want people to know the truth.
No.
They don't want people to know the truth. They don't want people to know the truth.
It's
and it's sad. It's sad in a way, but like it's also like one of the reasons why one of my other clients, his name Brandon. He was a quarterback at Pace University this last year actually, and I was telling him the same exact thing. I'm just like, look, man, like you're about to enter a stage to where you're either gonna coach or you're gonna, because he wants to be a sports agent as well. And like you're gonna coach or you're gonna be an agent, and you're about to see the other side of the game. Meaning you're about to see that, dog, you came in the house a little bit hungover. Well, guess what, man? 9 times out of 10, one of the coaches on that damn staff probably came and did the same exact thing. Yep. You know, so I want people. It goes back to my human thing. I want people to start looking at everybody else as a regular person, human, and not seeing the title and just telling the fucking truth. Like, tell the truth. Like, I've told my clients before, you're not a D1 guy. You're a D2 guy. And I also added some little salt on it and said, hey, you're a D2 guy who can go to D2, make a name for yourself, break records, and still end up on a professional roster. Why am I telling you to go D2? Because you're a little delayed. You're not as advanced. You're going to go D2. You're going to gain some confidence, and you're going to ball the fuck out.
And real experience.
Real experience compared to being, if you belong at, say, for instance, like I ended up at Adams State. You shouldn't be stressed out that you're at Adams State rather than fucking Alabama, because, dog, if you were at Alabama, you'll be on the bench.
Yeah, you're not playing.
I had an opportunity to play all years of college. So it's like, it's different, man. Like, don't go and fall for these lies, and, you know, just go with how you feel. Trust your instinct, trust how you feel, and just start seeing shit deeply. Analyze the situation. Stop just doing shit blindly because it sounds good. Oh shit, yeah. Rutgers offered me a job, I'm gonna take it. Well, do you know Rutgers offer you a job and you're the GA and you're basically the go get me a coffee guy? when you could have been in somebody's firm.
Fill that spot, yeah.
You know what I mean? People out here filling voids, bro. Like, you don't want to be the person that's filling the void. That's the worst position to be in. And I'm being honest. I know a lot of people's not gonna like that I just said that, but it's the truth.
True.
It's the truth, because if you were in that position, you would want somebody to say the same shit to you. Because I was that guy. I was led on tremendously by a lot of people throughout my life. Still to this day, I'm being led on, bro. And not even from women. It's very rare I get led on from women, by the way.
It's reversed.
Very rare. Yeah, definitely reversed. Definitely reversed. But it's like you're being led on. 9 times out of 10, you're being led on. So you got to start seeking through shit, man. So at the end, you win. You know, and that's what it's all about. I'm all about winning, man. Like, I'll lose doing some shit that I wanted to do, but I'm not gonna lose because you told me to do something.
It was funny last night. So I had, obviously my college career never really got off the sidelines other than playing some special teams here and there.
It's all good.
But when my coach got fired and new coach came in, they told me you will never catch a pass here, right? Mm-hmm. So now I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna fucking smoke your asses in practice. So like practices became my game.
That's
right?
it.
So there's this coach, literally, again, I don't know how big the fucker is, but he's like 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". 280, 290, 300, not athletic, right? And they brought him in as the assistant receiver coach.
Yeah.
This guy didn't know receiver. This guy didn't know athleticism.
At all.
He didn't know nothing, right? So, but like, he would always say, like, God damn it, Van. I'd go out, he'd be like, catch the ball with 2 hands. I'd purpose catch the ball with one hand, right? Or like, he'd be like, run a fade route. I'm like, no, I'm turning that shit into a post corner. I would purpose, because at that point, you're like, I'm not playing.
I'm not playing. What you going to do, bench me?
Right. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I know that this route's going to beat the defender. You ain't going to tell me what to do, right?
Absolutely.
So I would always improvise. Because remember, I had a quarterback background. I turned receiver. So I knew how quarterbacks think, right?
Yes.
So he'd always be, God damn it, Van. No. And finally one day I just had enough, right? Fuck it. That was it. Years after, he asked me to be friends on Facebook, this and that. And like, we kind of like, look, there's definitely like some tension on my side at least still. Because I'm like, yo, you fucked with my career. Like, there's always going to be that.
Definitely.
I've forgiven, but like, you should have never been in the position to control my fate or journey or destiny, which unfortunately the coaching staff did, right? I wasn't their player. So even literally last night, I posted something. He commented nicely, respectfully, and I said something like, yeah, I never understood why they moved an offensive line coach to a wide receiver coach. And dog, yo, wait, that's real. That was my shot.
He probably was like, this little motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, God damn it. All right, so then he's like, it was the best experience of my life. I learned so much. And I'm like, damn, he's right? But it shouldn't have been taught at my expense.
Yes. So look, so
you know where I'm coming from?
So yeah, so now let me ask you this. Like, so what if, because that happened, and obviously here you are today, really successful, doing what you got to do, and you're still climbing the fucking ladder, right? So what if that was supposed to happen? And this is what I want people to understand,
I've gotten there.
Because sometimes, like, what we think we want isn't necessarily for us.
Like I said to you earlier, like, look, you have a bigger plan and purpose,
Bigger plan.
So again, and I'm not saying this in an arrogant, I'm saying this as humbly as possible.
Yeah.
The mortgage and real estate industries and world needed me more than I needed college football or the NFL.
Exactly.
Right? So now also with that being said, combative to that, I chose the mortgage business by default to nothing else to do. It was either like, jump off a bridge and kill myself or like go like, want to kill myself by doing mortgages for the time I did them, right? Because I said to myself, damn, if all these greedy snake people, there's always an exception to the rule. If you're not one of those in the mortgage business, I apologize. Actually, I don't apologize. Just read through what I'm saying. I said, if they could do this shit, I could do this shit.
Absolutely.
And I control my own destiny.
Absolutely.
And that's how shit changes.
Absolutely.
So you look at it from both ways.
You have to.
But bet your ass that, again, once my son was born, even before my son was born, I found out my son was about to be born. I got my ass back in like college football shape. You know what I'm saying? People at 23, 24,
about you no more.
They were like, oh, you peaked, you this, you that. I'm like, wait, I'm running faster now than I did when I played college football.
I say that all the time.
And my mind's on straight.
I'm a better quarterback right now today than I was when I played.
100%.
Because I learned.
I'm like, but wait, now, it's funny, I look back at pictures of like, the studs in college and high school. Yeah. They're all fat, out of shape, washed up.
And that's what I was going to say.
I'm like, wait, you peaked at 18, dog.
And,
I'm 33.
Not even that, but you were also the guy who weren't on the field. I can guarantee you right now, and I don't want to say that, I don't want to hurt too many feelings, but there's guys who I've sat behind on the bench who futures were so promising, and they were so fucking blinded by the fact that they were being led on, that once they were able to get out there and get on their own, they fucking went downhill.
Right down.
Right. But and that was because, again, they were so used to being up.
Never had hardship.
They never had hardship. Compared to me, it was like, all right, we're going to sign you as a JUCO quarterback to Tennessee State. I went into Tennessee State as a starter, by the way. Right from junior college, went into Tennessee State as a starter. The starting quarterback was removed from the program because he had like some vandalism charges or whatnot. So my reason for committing to Tennessee State was because there was no quarterback there. And I was like, oh, shit, I get to walk in as a starter right away. Walked in as a starter right away, and then he got readmitted back to the program. Once he got readmitted back to the program, I can remember the exact route. It was a drive route, an under route, and I missed it. Actually, I didn't miss it. I ended up throwing a post behind it. It was a drive concept, post, dig, under.
Yep, high low.
Right? So I ended up throwing a post behind it, completing it to my roommate. But there was a tight end who was a Florida transfer from University of Florida named A.C. Leonard, and he had an under route, which is quote-unquote wide open, and I missed the throw. I didn't give him the throw, and I can remember that being my very last snap as a starting quarterback. Just like that. Reason being because they knew they wanted to start the other guy the whole time. So they was like, oh, shit, he didn't throw it. Boom, get out, McKnight out. So now, back to what I was saying about you, you were also the guy who was on the bench, had to fill a role, had to practice your game, and you had people who were thinking they shit didn't stink, and now look at you today. Yeah, you're the guy who's the starter, and now these motherfuckers on the bench.
It's all part of the journey. It doesn't make the hurt or void or pain less. And here's my one thing that I still struggle, and I'm wide open, right? Like this. And I talk to people that my uncle, I think he got drafted he was Randy Johnson's roommate.
Okay.
Randy Johnson, Randy Johnson, big unit,
Hell yeah.
Played professional baseball in Mets Expos, started against Gary Payton, wound up tearing his shoulder, and then went back to play ball at Marquette. So like he was a two-sport athlete. Stud,
he's a baller.
Stud,
He's a baller.
Right? He made it, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, look, it probably takes you, once you play your last snap or have your last at-bat, 10 years to go through that, right? I'm like, dog, I'm 15 years removed from catching my last pass, and I feel 14 years, right? I'm like, I'm still not over that. But here's the reason why. And here's, again, this is what fuels me today in the gym in particular, right?
Yeah.
There was an open-ended, like I fell off a cliff, meaning like I didn't not play because I wasn't good enough or couldn't compete.
Yeah, yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Someone else decided you're not playing.
My God.
So like, and that's why I think why I succeeded in the mortgage world and real estate world so quickly, because I controlled my own destiny.
And it was you.
Right, but my voice, and look, when you get the ball, like that's why I love quarterbacks so much. That's why I'm so grateful for being able to bridge the mortgage business with the quarterback world.
Hell yeah.
Right, because you got the ball in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's looking at you.
What are you going to do?
You. Look, if I fuck up, I fucked up, but I'm going to learn from that and move on.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
If I throw a touchdown, I'm going to accept the 1 minute of fame.
And then I'm going back to how can I throw five more?
I need 40 more passes. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to throw that pick six, but then I'm going to come back and we're going to score in the next drive.
Oh, yeah. And
that's the same thing with business, And yes, again, I'm grateful for those experiences, but again, it doesn't eliminate, and it never will eliminate of the question, what could have been.
Yeah, man.
But that's what fuels me.
It's a lot, because just like you said, it's not like we weren't capable of playing.
That's the hardest part.
I don't care what anybody say. In any program I ever played at, I was probably the best quarterback on the roster. Just from my athletic ability at the position, my arm, bro, I can throw a mile. Still could to this day. Throw the ball a mile. And it's like I was always the best guy, quote unquote, on the roster. But ever since high school, I had to fight for my position in junior college. I had to fight for my position at Division I. I had to fight for my position in Division II. So it's like, I don't know. I started to ask myself, like, is it me? And even still to this day, like, I am.
It might be.
I'm this quarterback trainer. Why
is it so hard?
Is it so hard for me to blow? And to the regular person, bro, you look at anybody else, like, who's Lamar? Like, yo, he's doing really well for himself. But for me, I'm like, made it. Like, like right now, I'm just starting to like feel good about myself. But it's like, at what point do you start to use your thumb rather than using your finger? Meaning, when do you say, well, I was the best athlete on my team, but shit, I also decided to smoke weed rather than study my playbook.
Yeah, like, how are you your own worst enemy?
What did I do that kind of decreased my chances of becoming a guy? And 9 times out of 10, if you can look at it that way in any position, in any situation you in, you'll come out with an answer. It's all about reflecting. I actually I listened to your podcast, and you were like, you spend most of your fucking day reflecting. And I was like, damn, I listened to it this morning, actually. I was like, damn, that's some real shit right there. And it's true, man. Like, the more we can start saying, all right, I'll even put it into relationship terms because everybody listen to this is not in sports or mortgage. They in relationships. So okay, you were cheated on. What did you do?
Did you cause that?
Did you cause to make that person feel like it was okay to cheat on you? Now, am I telling you to take blame for being cheated on? No, because some people are just fucked
Assholes,
up people.
yeah.
But at the same time, what did you do? What did you do? At what point?
Or what has that person been through that caused them
You gotta
create
ask,
this
man. There's always something greater behind it, you know. So the quicker that people can adapt to that approach, the better it is. You get fired from a job, why? You failed a class, why? You missed the deal, and the person that sucks 2 doors down from
Why?
you got the
Yep.
deal.
Yep.
How come they got the deal? Well, maybe because they overheard the client like Starbucks coffee, and on their first fucking meeting, they had a thing of Starbucks
Bingo.
coffee on the table. So, like, what are you doing to put yourself in position?
You want to hear some crazy? This is true.
ahead.
I'll even show you a text message. So I had my son yesterday. I hadn't seen him in like 17 days, right? So when I like my internal clock starts to like really like tick, if you will. I'm like, all right, you know,
Where's my son?
I feel, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like widening, but we're always with each other.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So I
yeah.
got my tat. I'm like, oh, fucking tat.
Yeah, I saw that. That's clean, bro. That's clean. That's
Always
clean.
with me, right?
That's
Always
clean.
everywhere. So he came over and we were, you know, playing with the American Dream, and I was trying to get him to go down for a nap, and he hadn't seen me in so long that it was like
He was
motherfucker wants
excited.
to play. Yo, I'm like, yo, you're
like,
5
nah.
hours past a nap.
Taking
He
a
was,
nap.
yeah. So we're
Yeah,
jumping
yeah.
on the bed, you know, watching his show, whatever, jumping around, and I have this little angel my friend gave me. And it's like a little like figurine. And it's on the nightstand. And on the back of the headboard, like he always jumps around, looks at our picture. I have his pictures of me and him everywhere. Like he knows, like that's our shit, that's our dome, right?
It's our crib.
Dog, he grabs the angel, right, and puts it on top of the bed, right? I'm like, why'd you do that? You know, I'm thinking like, why'd you do that? Like there's 70 things up there. He literally put it on top of the bed facing the TV. He's 16, 17 months, you know? Whatever. I don't think anything of it. You know, I bring him back to his mother's, whatever. I come home, you know, go to the gym, do what I gotta do. So I'm sleeping, and this morning, so I woke up at like 7. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna meditate for about an hour.
Yeah.
So I put my meditation on, the Calm app, put it on, rocking out. So then it just turns off. But I'm in such deep sleep trance, like a different place. Like it cuts off, but I don't really know
Yeah.
what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Because
still
you're into it.
Yeah,
You're lost.
I'm still
You're
the
lost in
story.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Dog. So I woke up and I swear to God, there was a woman's voice in my right ear, right? I swear to God. And it was an angel talking in my ear. And I woke up like, you ever like know someone's in your ear? You're
Yes.
like, yo, I woke up like, yo, who's in here?
Holy
I'm looking
shit.
around. And then I look up and it's the fucking angel sitting right
No
there.
fucking
I
way.
swear to
The
God.
very same.
And I'm like, oh my! I text my friend. I'm like, yo,
Wow.
because I told her, yo,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
son just moved the angel you gave me like over
Holy
here.
shit.
It was crazy. So as far as meditating goes, look, people have no idea what I've been through the past 18 months. Let's call it really
Yes.
2 years. Like, and again, once my lawsuit's out, I can fully disclose everything.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
my
yeah.
next book will come out, I can't for privacy reasons. If people knew what I've been through in the past 18 months, 24 months, right? They would be like, what the fuck? I never even knew that.
Man, I'm
The
telling you.
meditation and self-reflection is the
that-
only thing that got me through the day.
Yeah. Well, see, maybe I need to start taking that method. I started to meditate about a year ago, but I'm also one of those people who I have like FOMO.
But here's the thing. Look, that's anxiety. It goes
So
deeper,
it's like-
deeper than that, though, right? It's
Oh, shit,
anxiety.
what am I missing?
Yeah, but and I'm that same person, right? I
Yeah.
didn't start meditating. Look, I'm 33, right? So
Yeah.
I didn't start meditating literally until a week after my ankle broke and my son was born, 2 weeks after, whatever it was. It was September 2018, right? People started making fun of me for it. I'm like, look, if I don't meditate, I'm going to kill you. Flat out. Like,
No,
no.
for
I'm like,
real.
this is real talk here. I'm like,
Dead
look,
talk.
you got two options. You could either let me meditate
Yeah.
or you might not ever see me meditate again.
Oh,
Because this is the only thing that my ankle's broken, my son's born, my business partners aren't delivering.
A lot of shit going
I
on,
got
bro.
$30,000 a month in expenses that I'm covering, payroll, rents, you name it.
Yes,
Like
yes.
I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. I only got one leg and I can't get
Yes.
up and walk on it. So if I don't meditate, someone's gonna get hurt. I'm just
That's
being
what
flat out.
Yeah.
You know,
So it's just you
we gotta be ready for it.
You knowing that is what stands out the most. Like you knowing that if I don't meditate, I'm gonna hurt somebody. Like
No, that's real, though.
and
That's
it's
as real as it
real
gets.
and it's real. It's nothing wrong with that, man. It's just you accepting it and knowing what's going on. But it also goes back to what you said. People don't know what you've been through. Like, man,
No
if
clue.
if I told half of the shit that I go through,
Forget about it.
Bro, I'm 27 going on 28. I run a business that, bro, my facility costs is like up to like $3,000 a month. Okay, my rent, my car note, my insurance. Again, I don't come from a
Your
fortunate
past.
family,
Your
so
past.
it's like if people knew what I've been through, and if people know what I go through on a daily basis, man, like I wake up in the morning. I don't remember the very fucking last time I can remember being in a spot where there was fun around me
or peace,
and me being like, I'm having the best time of my life. I could be having a lot of fun. I could be at the Super Bowl, bro, on the sideline with my favorite quarterback, and I swear to you not, I could still be stressed up in my head. And that's just because of the pressure that I put on myself. So it's like, like you said, and I don't want nobody to hear this and be like, oh, everybody goes through this shit, but I carry my weight really well.
Same.
And
I got my face on.
I do it for a reason, and like I translate it to my quarterbacks. I translate because I'm a coach as well. I translate it to them, and I'm like, look, man, do your best to not show a sign of weakness. Like my older brother, which is only 11 months ahead, before he went to jail, he just came home last year. He did 3.5 years. He got caught with 2 guns. He copped out to 5 years. He did his 3.5 years. And he came home, but before he went to jail, I could remember being stressed over something, and he was like, yo, he like, what the fuck you doing? And I'm like, what you mean? He's like, why you showing them your hand? He's like, don't show people your fucking hand because they gonna know your next move. He's like,
ace in your back pocket.
Keep it there. He's like, bro, you know what the fuck you gotta do. He's like, stop showing people your hand. Stop telling people what you're gonna do.
I'm like, look,
we all were.
Here, all cards on the table, and then boom.
We all was just like, here, show you everything, and then you'll get people who know what you're doing, or
they beat you with a king high.
Exactly,
like,
exactly. You'll get people who be like, oh shit, he got an ace. Well, shit, let me get that ace. So it's like I've been getting in the habit of staying like really, really, really grounded to myself, even when shit really bothers me, because I would much rather go home in my room and cry, sit in my car and cry. Bro, there's been times, this is funny, there's been times I've been on the way to clients with literally $2 in my account.
Been there.
Gas tank is like about to go out, and like my client was an hour away. The mileage was like 80 something miles to get to my client, and my gas tank had 92 miles in it. And
how am I getting back?
How am I getting back? And like I would get to my client, and they couldn't see that because they're gonna get the same exact person. But it's like, you don't know, man. Like,
character and
it's tough, man. It's tough because it's like I put myself in that situation to where I'm just like, damn, like I'm doing this to myself. I could be somewhere. Bro, I was a manager at Foot Locker. I was a manager at Hollister. I quit all of those okay paying jobs. I would never have financial jobs if I kept those 9 to 5s. By the way, I quit all of those jobs because I wanted to pursue something that I wanted. But it's like, I don't allow people to know when I'm upset. You might know that I'm feeling some type of way, but you're not gonna know that I want to punch your fucking your teeth through the back of your throat. Because,
unless you push me to that level.
Exactly, and that's not even my personality. Like I've never been a violent person. As fucked up of a background as I come from, I'm not a violent person. But if I gotta flip the script on you, bro, I really will. So I try to refrain from doing that because that's not my character.
My biggest struggle is with myself inside.
Yeah, bro. You talk to yourself more than you talk to anybody else, and how you talking to yourself is what really dictates the outcome. So if you're telling yourself, God damn, it's 6 a.m, I have to go do something. Story. It's 6 a.m, I get to go do this. It's just different, man. And that's where I differ from a lot of these quote unquote guys. I differ because, bro, I know you're teaching a 3-step drop. I know you're teaching it because it's not different, bro. Cover 3 is cover 3, 3-step, 5-step with a hitch. It's all the same shit. But how you're teaching it, how you relating to the game, how are you letting these kids?
How are you translating it to a kid that doesn't know?
How? Are you just telling him, yo, go 3 steps and throw the ball? No. Are you telling him to go first step, cross the shoulder on 2 and 3, get the ball out on the straight throw? It's just a different way to approach it. So it's like, you'll see, man. You've been in one of my sessions. So it's like, if like you know the difference between somebody just.
I wish you had my one-handed catch on fucking tape, man. Shit. Honestly, my other arm was so tired. I only had one arm to go up.
Yeah. But yeah, man. It's amazing at what you can accomplish mentally, bro. Financially, I know I'll get to where I need to be. I'm trying to be mentally stable and mentally prepared for the storm. I don't prepare for sunshine. I prepare for a shit show. Meaning, I don't prepare for zone every time. I prepare for fucking man blitz every time. How am I gonna get way, boop, still get a touchdown?
It's easy beating something that you know what you're going up against.
That's all it is. So just me putting myself in that mindset just allows me to be satisfied with myself. It allows me to give back to people who are in need. Bro, I've given. There's another situation where I've had $82 in my bank account 3 years ago. $82 in my bank account, and somebody asked me to borrow $75.
You did it.
It was a Tuesday. Payday wasn't until Friday. But me knowing that they weren't as mentally strong as I was, I sent them the $75, kept the $7 in my account, and I fucking ate oodles and noodles for the next 3 days. And I just had moved into my own apartment. So it's like I did that just because I know mentally I can handle this for the next few days, and they can't. So if I can help somebody feel a little bit better about themselves, I will, man. Even if it's just asking somebody how was their day, just me letting people know that, hey, like, it's okay. I'm here for you.
And I can handle it.
I can handle it. And I'm going to teach you how to fucking handle it. I'm going to give you this. They didn't even know that that's $75 on my last, bro. You know what I mean? But that's what I do. And it doubled up. It came back.
You know what's funny? It always does, one way or another. You know what's funny? Back to meditation. So I was texting my boy who's a trainer. I played bowling at Ford, and he's a couple years younger than me, and I was a trainer in the city, like weightlifting trainer, whatever. Yeah. And he posted this new, like, it's not a new workout, but this different workout. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to try that, you know? Yeah. So he's like, oh, how's the ankle recovering? I'm like, damn. I'm like, it's funny you asked that. I'm like, you know, I've been getting up to heavier weights, you know, but I stopped doing the little things, like the ankle rehab, the ankle mobility, the bands,
because it was boring.
It was boring, and I felt like I built it up, right?
Yeah,
but like,
look,
my ankle broke so bad and plates and screws, I still should be doing that every day regardless. And even if I didn't break my ankle, those are things that I've always should have been doing anyway.
Yes, regardless.
You know,
regardless.
running, receivers, weights, like keep building that
you
foundation, right?
You need it, man.
But I relate that back to the meditation, right?
Yeah.
So ankle foundation, right, to your body. Like if your ankles are broken, you can't walk. Let's be real.
No, facts.
Can't support the weight. Your knees are fucked up. Your hips are fucked up. Your back. Everything else in your brain.
You're done, so.
But that's your foundation. That keeps this close thing to your foot. Meditating, same exact thing. You meditate 2, 3, 4 days in a row, and then you're like, oh, I'm great. I feel mentally great. I got this. I don't need to meditate today. And then all of a sudden, the whole shit derails, right? And that's what I tell everyone. Like, if you're going to take that shit seriously, there's not a day that goes by, that I don't meditate at least twice a day.
Yeah. Just because you know what it does to you.
But it's like anything else, momentum, snowball effect. It's consistency. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I went to the gym once this week, I picked up 225, and then it's like I didn't go for 5 more days. Because
on Wednesday you felt the pump that you had and you thought you were good for 2 days. And I tell people all the time, anybody can recite this word for me. I tell my clients, don't get bored doing the right thing. Meaning,
but everyone does.
Like it's boring to go to work every day. Right. It's boring to pay your bills. That shit's boring. But that's the right thing, because eventually, man, you can become really good at being really bad. And there's a such thing.
It's easier too.
You can easier. This is why everybody so-called drops out. This is why everybody want to rap, because bro, like, you had a promising future as a lawyer, but you decided 6.5, 7 years of school was a little bit too much. So now you want to try to risk all that to make a quick money. Like, nah, man, stick to the fucking script.
Stay in your lane.
Everybody is not entrepreneurs. Everybody is not CEOs and chiefs. Like, some of you motherfuckers got to be in. Know your role. Know your role. Like, meaning, if you're, I'll respect the hell out of you. And I hear Gary say it all the time. If you're a hell of a fucking Walmart cashier, be a hell of a Walmart cashier. Yeah. Be that person. Yeah. Don't try to say, oh, fuck this Walmart job.
Yeah. I want to invent a TV.
I'm about to go build a TV. Right. You're going to, come on. Be a hell of a cashier. If you're a second role guy, like me, people ask me, I've had an opportunity to be a head coach at different high schools in New Jersey about the last 2 or 3 years ahead. Do I want to be a head coach? No. It sounds really fucking good. That's it. But at the same time, I would much rather, in this manner, using my time to assist, meaning that's the head coach. Well, I'm going to help this head coach be the best. Look the best fucking head coach.
Role.
That's my role.
People don't know their roles.
I take pride in that, man. I take deep pride in my role. Like, if my role is to text you hey every day, I'll text you hey every day.
You know, it's funny, right? So, and I learned this the hard way. So I always would say to girls, look, I'll be your backup. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to ride the bench. Like, look, I don't have the time to put in as a starter for this, you know? Let me be your backup, you know? I'm okay positioning myself number 2.
Like, look, I'm good.
You know what's funny, though? I even said that in business, flat out. I'd be like, yo, I know you got your go-to mortgage guy. Call me if he gets benched. You know what I'm saying?
Believe
Call
it or not, that's true. It's the same thing with quarterback coach.
Less pressure.
You know how many guys that, I'm hands-on, I'm 100% proactive. You know how many guys that I've reached out to, like, hey, let's work. And they'll be like, oh, I work with Rasiopi, or I work with Madi or whatnot, and I'll just play, all right, cool, but if you ever want some extra work, come through. Like, I'm okay with accepting the second role. I'm not fucking tripping. Like, whatever. If you guys want to fight to be first, I'll let you fuck each other up and beat each other up, because now when you two guys lay down on the ground, I'm gonna be the first regardless. You're dead, so now I gotta be first. Right. You're fucked. Right. But yeah, man.
I think it's all about positioning, and it's funny. I used to know chess when I was younger, and I stopped playing chess for whatever reason.
I fucking suck at chess.
I gotta get back into it because it's strategy wise, it's huge, right? And it's all about positioning, even in sports. You gotta position yourself. Like, look here, I'm gonna keep doing what I gotta do. You never know who ahead of you is gonna go down, fuck up, leave, quit, whatever.
But that's what it is. Like putting yourself in line up for success. We use that in football terms. Like put yourself in position to successfully execute something. Meaning, in quarterback's term, like, okay, if you got a 5-step drop, you're throwing a curl off the 5th step. Don't wait until the 4th step to get your shoulder over.
Right.
Get your shoulder over on the 3rd step so you're there. So even once you're there, he's not ready. You can beat the defender with the ball. So just small stuff of putting yourself in position to win. Meaning, if you know that today, what's today's date? The 8th?
20th?
The 19th?
20th? 19th?
The 19th. Today,
yeah.
February 19th. Okay, you got a big event, July 4th, 4th of July. If you know you got stepping stones that's going to get you to execute that event, don't fucking wait until May to start preparing.
Right. Start now.
You got a homework assignment on Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You should be doing 10, 40, something percent. Come on, man. Don't clutter yourself. And I can say that openly because I do it to myself all the time by mistake. But I'm
all guilty of it.
Yeah, I'm getting in the habit. I just take it just slow. Even with my dating life, it's like, oh, yeah, I really want to tell you I love you, but I've been down this road before.
I know how that turned out.
I've been here before, so I'm going to wait to tell you I love you. Not because I don't want to make you happy, but because I want to be sure. So I'm going to allow myself to build up. So now when it's time to be the man you want me to be, I can be 100% me, man. That's all it is. That's why I'm different. I don't give a hell what you do. You can train Lamar Jackson for all I care.
God bless.
Eventually, I'm going to smoke your ass. I'm telling you. And I'll be ready when my name is called, when Lamar McKnight is pulled to the stage. I'll be ready. But you guys can go and have fun with all your other shit first. Feel free.
So as we close up each episode, as you know, we leave the listeners with one thing to deposit that to their brain, to their memory bank, to their daily life, however they want to choose to do that. What's one thing you want people to hear from you to implement immediately?
Focus on the process. Fall in love with how, not the what. Fall in love with how can I become the best version of me? Not I'm gonna become. So like if you ask a person, what do you want to be when you get older? I want to be a millionaire. Me too. But how? What are you willing to go through? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to take control of? What are you willing to give up to put yourself in position? So don't focus so much on a championship. Focus on practice number 1 of the season. Once you clear practice 1, go practice 2, 3, 4, 5. So fall in love with the fucking process, man. That's probably a more better feeling than winning. Just of you knowing why or you knowing what you did to get there. So just fall in love with the process. Don't rush it. Allow yourself to fuck up. Allow yourself to mess up. Allow yourself to learn. Adapt. Just be open to a lot, man, because I feel like the minute you become naive and you become this tunnel vision person, then you can't see what's around you. So fall in love with the process. Don't focus on the championship. Focus on the practice. Focus on the practice, execute in practice, and now when you're at the championship, it's going to feel like practice. You can execute that thing. Yeah.
I'm not even closing that up.